Hello, my name is Joe Aguirre. I'm the president of Clovercrest Media Group. And here at CMG, we have a wide variety of podcasts, including sports shows like Keys to the City, The Roll Call, Throwing Jabs, All Four Downs, and Jawing About the G-Men. And great true crime shows like Sticky Week, Crimes and Consequences, Ivy League Murders, and Bird, the unsolved murder of David Eichmann. You can find all these podcasts and so much more by visiting clovercrestmedia.com.
Coming to you live from Florida, it's Speaking It Real. Here's your hosts, Frank Cuesta and Carlos Contreras.
Bravo, bravo, bravo. We finally got our new intro saying. Can you believe that? I mean, it took long enough. You know, it's no longer Joe's voice. But hey, it is what it is. We got it now right. Now it's no longer from Clearwater, Florida. You know, now it's from Florida. Yeah, man. You have to. I mean, how in the heck do you plan on, doing a show and when we're not? I mean, I'm not in Clearwater. Are you?
Technically, no. I am not.
All right. Hey, by the way, Carlos, do you actually know what number show this is?
Are you including Wednesdays or no?
Yes, sir. I'm including Wednesdays at this point. Wednesdays have become a staple.
Are we on 40? Did we hit the big 4-0?
Damn, you're right on the money.
Nice.
You're right on the money. On the money, on the money. I can't believe that. I mean, you're good today. So as we could see, Carlos is having
more technical issues.
More technical issues.
That's all right.
I
haven't had a chance to go to the store. So here I am on my trusty phone again. But as long as I sound good and you can see my ugly mug, it's good enough.
No, for sure, for sure. We see your ugly face. So we're good. Hey, and guys, remember something. Now we're starting to stream, differently now. We are actually, we're streaming now on Facebook, YouTube, and also Twitch. Our handle on Twitch is Speaking It Real, so you can see our faces. You can see our beautiful faces as we sit here. Of course, as we sit here, we talk crap. I mean, it's always fun and nice and dandy to sit here and just talk shit. All right.
Pretty much.
Carlos, you're going all over the place today, man. I can see your phone's just woo. You did a nice little flip on me today.
So I can hold it with this hand better. It works out better for me this way.
So what, are you right-handed, left-handed?
I'm left-handed.
So you know what? Look at that. We got Leo the GOAT chiming in. Leo, do me a favor. Make sure you share this show with all your media friends. All right? You got to tell them that they got to come watch your Uncle Frank. All right? And that we talk about anything and everything. And look, today's show, honestly, is pretty much anything and anything you guys want to talk about. Put it in the chat. We're going to speak it. I'm going to try to entice Carlos a little bit. Thank you. Hey, look, that new background is thanks to CMG Podcast, Clovercrest Media. Yeah, I know it never is. All right, they handle all our production. You guys want your own show? Come check them out. Clovercrestmedia.com, or you know what? Just get a hold of me. I'll put you in contact with Joe, and I'm sure Joe will call you back. But hey,
Frank complains every week about Joe not calling back, so I'll see how that works out.
Or you can contact Zach. No. Joe will call Joe won't call me back. Joe will call me back, but Joe will call someone else back. So go figure. So By the way, we ran a poll on our Facebook page that really got us nowhere. All right. So throughout the show, we're gonna run a poll. All right, and we're gonna put the names on the little line that goes across the board on the ticker. Okay.
Okay.
So what you have to do is name. There you go, Leo. Thank you. You see, we got our first follower on Twitch. Is Leo. All right. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna run the names on the ticker underneath, and all you
Mhm.
have to do is comment with the names that you want. So we're trying to name him. All right. So the names were
Oh,
pretty interesting. I want to name him Carlos. Just because I want to name him Carlos. My co-host is Carlos on Fridays. So why not just have silent Carlos back here?
Silent Carlos.
Of course. For Wednesday nights.
You can go with the English version, like Silent Charles, maybe. I don't know.
Nah, I like silent
Should be
Carlos.
something different, though. Should be something completely different.
Laura says Jose.
I'll let
Laura,
this
we got
Buster.
to pick from the list of names.
Jose, such an
I don't know about Jose.
too many. It's like the most common name in the Spanish universe. Yeah, I mean, I'd say Pepito, but that's also common.
No, for sure.
Guillermo.
For sure. Guillermo. Willie. That's Willie for short. Charlie. Laura, we're going to put the names right across the board.
Didn't I just say Charlie? I said Charles, but still.
I don't know, man. We'll see. We'll see how we do that.
Carlos.
So, hey, Laura, a question for you since you love doing Thai stuff. What's on your mind today, Laura?
Oh,
What's on
man.
your mind today?
You're starting.
Hey, listen,
Laura?
she came with fire on Wednesday.
Laura's always bringing the fire. And so you're starting off the show with Laura. This is great.
Oh yeah, look. By the way, the names on the list, okay, for the mascot.
That's my nickname.
It's Bienvenido. No, check it out. Bienvenido.
That was one of my uncle's names.
Tosos and El Loco. That was what?
One of my uncles that was his name, Bienvenido.
Oh yeah. Ah, well, good for your uncle. Good for your uncle. What do you think the B stands for in my name, asshole?
Really?
Or you never knew that?
I
Yeah, I hate that name.
never knew that. 30
But
plus years and I never knew.
But my cousin decided to put it on there, and my sister was like, "Oh yeah, this is what we're gonna do. We're gonna name it Bienvenido." I'm like, "No."
So wait a minute now. This changes everything. Your name is officially Francisco Bienvenido Cuesta.
No. There is no Francisco. There is no Francisco. Hold on. I'm gonna put my mother on the show. Okay, my mother's somebody. My mother's around somewhere. Hold on.
Oh wow.
Okay, my mother's around somewhere. I'm gonna text my mother. Oh wait, I actually didn't text my mom.
Like I can hear your mom screaming out your full name when you knew you were gonna get your ass whooped. Francisco Bienvenido.
No, but my name is not Francisco. Let's get that right. My name is not Francisco. My name is Frank B. Cuesta. So we have one vote for Bienvenido. Oh my goodness. So, anyways, going on to these other things here. When my mom comes on, we're gonna chat with her in a minute. But so Christopher Hartley, right? He's known as the Prince of South Beach from Love and Hip Hop Miami. Okay, Laura, we'll get to that in a minute. So the guy's been charged with domestic violence. Okay. My question is this: is it really domestic violence? Now, what's the story behind it? Right, because that's what Carlos is gonna ask. What's the story behind it? The guy lives in an apartment or a condo in Brickell. Okay, as we know, majority of these condominiums, they have security. They have they have, you just can't walk in, you know.
Right.
So, so what happens is she got into the place. She was not let in by him, according to the story. She starts kicking the door down.
Right.
Apparently, at some point, he opens the door, and that's where the story conflicts.
That's his first mistake.
Okay, you're right. It is his first mistake, but let me tell you something. If you're kicking my door down, if you're kicking my door, I don't give a rat's ass who you are.
Careful.
Because at that point, you're trying to do damage to me or my property
Okay.
or my family, whatever it is, and I don't care who you are. So,
Right.
for all intents and purposes, she kicked the door. So, and he got arrested for domestic violence. Is it really domestic violence?
So let's I need you to elaborate a little further. Once he opened the door, what happened?
Okay, let's see here. I'm going to read the story.
Okay.
The rest of the 31-year-old is facing multiple charges, including battery and kidnapping. He appeared in court Thursday morning where he was granted $25,000 bond. According to an arrest report, Hardy's girlfriend went to his apartment in Brickell to return his shoes. According to her, when the woman tossed the shoes, at Hardy, he grabbed her, slammed her to the ground, and punched her in the mouth. The report said, "This is all by the report." Hardy
Yeah.
dragged her by the hair and stopped her from leaving the apartment before she was able to break away and run to the elevator, the report said. The victim suffered scratches and bruises on her lip, neck, chest, arms, and legs, the report said. Hardy's attorney said the alleged victim came to his client's condo uninvited and unannounced, and that she was the aggressor in the situation. She just showed up right at his door. We can speculate how she got in the building. We have photographs of her footprints on the door showing she was not there for a social call and things went sideways. I can't speak as to what happened, the lawyer said, but I can tell you that there was no kidnapping.
Okay.
Okay, so let's see. The lawyer also said Harley also has injuries like cuts and scrapes and said he believes the surveillance video will exonerate his client. Obviously, I haven't seen no surveillance video or anything else.
Right.
So, okay, he beat the crap out of her. Okay, but I feel here that we're looking at a he said, she said.
I mean, you would hope so. So my next question is, was she charged also?
The report didn't say she was charged.
I find that convenient.
I find it very convenient. I think domestic violence goes both ways, and I think that both of them should have been arrested.
I would agree with you 1,000%. To answer your first question, though, yeah. Like I said, the first mistake he made was
Opening the door. Correct.
I mean, it's kind of like vampires, except he didn't tell her she could come in. He made the mistake of opening the door to a hostile person. I mean, Frank, if I'm kicking your door down, right? I know you'll beat my butt 10 ways to Sunday because I'm kicking your door down. But if you open the door to me, are you expecting me to just stand there and scream at you? No. If I'm beating your door down, it's probably because I'm trying to get to you. So why open the door? Don't open the door. Let the door take all the damage. By the time the boys in blue show up, there'll be enough evidence and damage, and you can avoid the domestic violence charge and just have property damage issues and let the rest of it sort itself out. But if you open the door, Frank, even though I understand why you would, it opens up a ton of a few cans of worms, and that's kind of where he's at. Now, I'm disappointed in the report for not covering the other side, or at least if there's any charges against her, and I'd be doubly disappointed if there are no charges on her. That is where I start getting irritated with domestic violence rules and men in particular. But he opened the door, dude. That
Yeah,
and
but
then
you know what, dude? I mean, look, not that I condone it because I want to get something very, very well understood. I
yeah,
do not condone a man hitting a woman,
right,
but if you're gonna come at me like a
right. Self
man,
defense. Yeah.
okay, I'm gonna come back at you. I might not sit there and beat you senseless,
Which
okay, or put
sounds like he kind of did. Pulled her
that's
hair.
fine. But who knows? But who really knows how
Right,
she
right. We
came
don't
at
know all
him?
the details. You know that a report is going to do exactly what it's going to do: present you with the facts to paint you a story in your mind, and leave out other things so you can draw up some kind of conclusion. I hate the media for that, but that's what they do. So I don't know. I mean, in an ideal world, Frank, they both should have it.
I mean,
And
this is his mugshot. Let me see if I maybe to get it on here. That's his mugshot.
okay,
Okay, doesn't really look like he has.
yeah, it looks pretty clean.
He looks very clean. You know,
And do they? Right. So does she have a mugshot, or they didn't touch her at all in the story?
no, no, they didn't touch her on the story. So go figure. But you know what? I
Yeah.
guess we'll let that play out. My opinion personally is if you come knocking on my door, doesn't matter who the frack you are.
Right.
I'm gonna take care of you. You come at me, I'm gonna come at you.
Well, I mean, I get it.
Doesn't matter who you
Again,
are.
I understand your position. I'll say though that if I'm kicking your door down, I'm not hoping you're opening the door so we can have a peaceful yelling match. It's because I'm there to kick your ass.
Well, you know
So
what? Maybe he opened the door, be like, "Hey, you know what? Relax, calm down. What's the problem?" Maybe he thought that. Maybe he thought that by talking to her, okay, she'll calm down. Because hey, look, sometimes I will tell you this. I've met people in my life that have the gift of gab. The gift of gab is where you're gonna run your mouth and someone's gonna be like, "Oh, wait a minute," and you might be able to talk things out. It doesn't always have to be physical. Just because there's an aggressor
no, of
doesn't mean
course.
you can't talk your way out of it. I mean, if you're banging on my door, I'm going to open my door and tell you, hey, dude, relax. What's the problem?
But I mean, Frank, if I'm going to your and again, this is hypothetical. That can happen. I'm not saying it's out of the realm of possibilities. However, if my intent is, for example, I'm going to Frank's house to beat his ass, and then I start banging your door, and you do what Frank said would just do, and yet you have the gift of gab. No amount of gab is going to stop me from swinging at you as soon as you open. If my sole purpose is to beat your ass, so I don't know. I don't know. I don't
I
know.
think you never know.
I say, play it safe. Let your door take all the damage, and trust me, man. Because when it comes to domestic violence, you can definitely go both ways on the charges. But sadly, when it comes to men in that situation, there's no mercy, man. They're gone.
Yeah. So, hey, people, we're still waiting for you guys to vote on our names. From what I'm getting here, if I think it's a like for bienvenido, a love sign for halitosis, and a laugh.
Halitosis.
Yeah, and a laugh for el loco. So
I'm
hey, put
going.
your votes in.
I'm going with
You
Poindexter.
know, either that or you know what, just put the name on the thing, guys. Just drop the
Uh,
name.
Looks
There
like
it
you got
is. Look at that.
two,
My sister
two,
put bienvenido. Can
two
I kick my
bienvenidos.
sister's ass? We got two bienvenidos. What is up with this?
It's all about you, buddy.
No, it's definitely Celita. Please vote on the show, but do not vote for bienvenido as this guy's name. Because we're gonna have some problems. You know. But hey, Laura, are you still watching us, Laura? Are you still here? Laura,
I
give us
hope
a
so.
yes. Give us a
What did she
no.
put? Because I can't really see the chat. What did she put?
Laura's question is, why is DeSantos? And
I
I'm,
like
I'm gonna be honest. I have no idea who DeSantos is.
Don't be a jerk.
Okay, I have. Oh God, my mom chimed in when bienvenido to no. So so why is DeSantos the new villain of the left?
Oh, that's pretty obvious. That's easy.
DeSantos, I know is a wrestler. I think there's a wrestler called DeSantos. I don't know who you're talking about, DeSantos, but I'm gonna assume that you're speaking of the Florida governor named Ron DeSantis with an
The
I instead of an
man.
O.
The man.
You know,
Why not Texas? No, they're coming after Texas too. So
yeah,
I
but you
mean,
know what? Okay, here we're gonna get into the nitty gritty things. All right,
okay.
and the biggest problem we're having right now in Florida because we became the new epicenter of COVID. You do realize that, right?
I've seen a few things. They keep saying Florida's the epicenter, but I've also seen charts and articles like for the last 14 days, like percentage increases, and we are not the highest in percentage increase. But I'll let you finish because you know I'm going to go off on my own. You were saying.
Oh no, no, you could go off on your own. It doesn't matter. We're gonna have a
I'm
nice
just
heated debate
saying
like we
it's
always
it's
do.
it's it's like look, the media's obsession with coming after Florida and Texas is beyond obvious. All right. Those are two red states that hold a shit ton of votes, and they would love nothing more than to turn them blue. So, whenever you can talk negative in any way, shape, or form about Florida or Texas, you're going to hear about it. Now, yeah, we are spiking pretty heavily as opposed to like the nation per capita. DeSantis is taking measures as a governor should, but I mean, it is what it is. COVID transmission
Okay,
is COVID transmission.
all right. Well, my opinion in all this, and I talk more about the schools. Okay,
Okay.
and he may be the next president. I hope not. I don't
I
agree with how he's
hope
doing things,
so.
and I hope not. Look. The fact that you don't want to wear a mask, I understand. I get that.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, but the fact that we have our youngins that are going to be going to school, okay, and when you look at the COVID numbers, okay,
Mm-hmm.
you have a lot of the young people now getting COVID, a lot. Okay, to
Oh my
me,
God, what a horrible question. Go ahead.
I never said I want a Harris either. I don't think too much of her.
Those are
Okay,
your options.
so no, I who
At the
knows? Who
moment.
knows?
At the moment. We
And
got to go through that whole process and primaries and
yeah,
for
yeah,
all
yeah,
you
yeah.
know,
So
your favorite orange man may even come back. We know nothing right now.
I really hope not. But going on to this whole mask wearing stuff.
Right.
Um, the military's require. No, I'm sorry, not the military. That's a whole nother conversation. But the biggest debate now is whether the schools should have the power to mask mandate or not. And you know what? I think the schools should have the power. And it's simple. Kids that are not vaccinated, or even adults that are not vaccinated, are not taking care of themselves when you look at it. You have adults who are not vaccinated walking around with no masks. They get
Mm-hmm.
sick, they pass it on. And just because you're vaccinated does not mean that you cannot get COVID. Because we've seen the numbers. You're vaccinated, you could get COVID. The only thing is that if we get COVID and we're vaccinated, our symptoms are not as bad.
Right.
Okay? So now, kids go to school. Do you know that school opened up Wednesday in Palm Beach County?
I think I heard about that. Yeah. I
There's
mean, everybody's opened up
496.
Tuesday or Wednesday. Yeah.
Right, but in those 2 3 days, whatever amount they were open, they had 496 students that are out of school right now. Why? Because of COVID. Because the way it works is, if I'm in your class and you have COVID, they're sending me home too. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And what's the best way not to spread it? By wearing a mask. And that's what they're trying to avoid. Look, my son was sent home last school year at least 6 or 7 times. Okay. He spent more time at home behind the stupid computer going to school than when he got an actual school. Why? Because people had COVID. Yeah, they wore masks, but you know what? My son came in contact with people that had COVID. My son had his mask. You know what? My son didn't get COVID.
But there are people who are wearing masks who've caught it also, Frank. The mask is not the be all end all.
Yeah, okay, it helps.
I mean, anything
It
helps, but
helps.
it's not the ultimate preventative. It's not going to stop COVID from
Yeah,
spreading.
listen, the only ultimate preventative, you want to know what it is?
What?
Everybody sits in their goddamn house. Nobody comes out of their house. Nobody comes in contact with anybody for a month.
And what do you think will happen to everybody after a month?
They're gonna go fucking bonkers. Look. Let's see what Leo says here. I think they should keep the mask mandate. Young people and COVID getting worse again should prove that it is important. Numbers don't lie.
Well, so no one's telling people not to wear the mask, though, and that's a misnomer that I keep hearing. Like DeSantis telling people that they shouldn't wear. No, he never said that. He's told parents if you think you should, then do so. So,
Okay,
Frank, the
so
truth of the
explain
matter
to
is,
me why is he gonna go against the school district saying, "Hey, no, wear the mask"? If the school says wear the mask, DeSantis, I think on Wednesday came out saying, "Not a problem. I'm gonna dock your pay, or I'm gonna take
he,
money from your school."
he takes
What
it
right is that?
right. He takes it personally when it comes to schools and institutions imposing on people's freedoms. That's his stance, and some people agree with that. And then, Frank, here's the thing, man. We're still dealing with a virus that, as far as death rates are concerned, it's fractional. It's minute.
It is.
All
It's
right.
I think maybe
And
1%.
so unfortunately, if I can guarantee you, if COVID was like Ebola, everybody would be wearing a mask, or we'd probably be home for a month, like you just suggested, because that is a much more serious virus with a much higher death rate when you come into contact. Problem is, it doesn't spread, but I'm just using it as an example. We're dealing with
Right.
a virus that has a very low death rate, and we have at least Florida. I think it's over 50% of us are vaccinated. We're not the highest in vaccination rates, but we're not the lowest either. We have a good amount.
No,
And,
we're not.
no, and again, if COVID is what COVID is, the most vulnerable of our population were taken care of to the best of our abilities. They were first in line. Kids may get it, but it doesn't affect kids that much. So at this point, I mean, I get the concern and why, but I mean, once you start forcing that, you might as well start forcing kids to stay home. And he's honestly just making sure that the parents have the option. And I don't see a problem with that. It's your kid, Frank. Does your son wear a mask?
My son's fully vaccinated, and yes, he wears a mask.
Okay.
You
How
know,
old's your son? How old's your son again? I'm sorry.
12.
Okay, so he's at that age where he can get it. So my daughter's younger, so as far as I know, there's no vaccine for her, but she wears her mask. I send her to school protected. I'm fully vaccinated. Every adult in this house is fully vaccinated. And I mean, again, just like the flu, hear me out before you jump. Just like the flu, even if you're vaccinated, you have a chance of catching it. So, how do you win here? It's a messy situation, and so of course, right now, Florida's having a bit of a spike, and DeSantis he took measures today. He instituted crisis teams across the state to start trying to mass inject and do whatever we can again. But that's all you can do. But it's Florida. And
I
because DeSantis
think
is that one governor that has no problem getting on the mic and telling Biden what for, he's the most, he's the villain on the news. And when anything happens in his state, you hear all about it. That's just how it goes. That's just
I,
how it
you
goes.
know, I mean, my personal beliefs. I think we need to kind of just slow things back down and slow this curve. And what I
Um,
mean by that is, you know what? Closing stuff. All right. Look, it's crazy. I mean, you haven't. Miami alone is crazy. There's people all over the place.
that's an understatement.
Okay, the clubs are open. Okay, nobody's wearing a mask. How do you expect not to get sick? Okay, when you're coming in contact with people you don't know, and mind you, hold on. There's people you know also that probably you come in contact that might have gotten COVID. We don't know where everybody's going or what everybody's doing.
Right. And here's something you're not addressing. And to be honest, I don't know the effect because we honestly don't even know the numbers. But it's not something the media wants to talk about because it makes
Which is
Biden
what
look bad. Have you seen what's going on at the border? Do you know how many people are coming in? No, nobody really even has a
we
real
had
number.
this. We had this, we right. We don't
And
have the numbers.
how many of those people that are coming in are infected? And they're being transported all across the United States in the dark of night even. So it's not just DeSantis. This is where I get irritated. It ain't just DeSantis and dude, there's so much crap going on. So on one hand, we have our leaders. Let me just leave it like that. Our leaders telling us we need to mask up, and at the same time, we have people coming in through the border unmasked, unvaccinated, infected. Just getting into the country. And do you hear about that? Because you didn't mention it.
No, I mean, we touched on it on Wednesday's show.
Oh, you did. Okay.
Yeah,
All
yeah, yeah,
right.
yeah, yeah. I mean, the people that are coming in through the borders,
And they're not.
they're
Yeah.
not okay.
Mhm.
Now let's get this. I mean, we're speaking mainly about the illegal immigrants because I could tell you this that people coming into the states via plane, okay, they're getting tested before they jump on the plane. They
Right.
have to be tested 3 days prior to or one or the other. So we did talk about that, and I'm in total agreement with you in reference to the border. I don't disagree with that. I think you know
So
what,
I mean, just to
close our
put it into
borders,
perspective,
close them
just to put it into
completely.
perspective, and someone can please check this for me. I'm only going by information I heard. I think this month alone we've had 200,000 apprehensions. Last month it was like 180,000. These are people we've caught, Frank. We can't figure out exactly how many we haven't caught, and they're just coming in. They're just coming in, and these are policy issues now. It's not like they're breaking in. I mean, they're making it here and they're getting in and they're being let go. This is a policy thing. So I find it kind of rich that on one hand we're going to complain about Texas and Florida, which are obvious targets. Texas and Florida, and then at the same time we have policies down at the border that are just letting people in who are unmasked, unvaccinated, unchecked, and they're being. I've heard stories, and I'd like to verify. You have children being bused or flown into like just parts all over the country. How many of them are infected? Adults being flown into communities or into towns. There's a lot of that going on, and I wish we knew more, but the government's hush hush about it. So that's something we can look into. But yeah, I mean, if these things are happening, and I keep hearing reports they are, so I won't doubt it's happening to a certain degree. How much of that is affecting us? Because they're coming in, people are getting infected, they don't know it, and it's spreading. So, and I'm not saying that that's the only thing. COVID, once again, like any virus, mutates, it changes a little bit, people get sick again. But we have a mitigating and irritating factor going on also. So I just find it rich that we're going to complain about one governor when there's a lot of things going on that are not helping the situation.
Well, let me tell you like this. Month of July,
Mm-hmm.
2021, 199,777 people.
Infected.
And that is, no, that's just people alone. Infected, I have not found that yet, but that's the amount of people that have been at that border, whether they've come in, whether
Oh,
they've
oh, you're
not.
talking about the border. Okay. All right.
Yes, yes, yes. I was answering your question.
Okay. How many?
You know,
Say it again. 100 and how much?
199,777.
Man, that's a
That's a
lot,
lot of
Frank.
people.
And that's just July. All right. Let's
Yeah.
let's let's drop the average. All right. Just to be generous, let's drop the average to 160,000. Multiply that by 7, and that's where we at. That's where we're at for 2021 alone.
Right,
Okay.
right. But now I'm gonna tell you this, and I know our friend Laura's gonna completely disagree with me, but I really don't think this is because of Joe Biden.
This wasn't
Okay.
happening before. I mean, it's
Well,
always been happening.
the numbers
We've
were
always
still
had.
high. I mean, look, in May 2019,
Mhm.
we had 132,856.
Right. We have
Okay.
our peaks. We have our peaks and valleys.
March,
This
March,
year,
March, March of 2000, you had 220,063.
right? Yeah, it's been a
Okay,
consistent humdrum.
so it's not, this. I You see, what I tell you, I told you Laura's gonna freaking go off because it's Biden. I
Sure.
completely disagree with you on that, Laura.
That's why I love
It's
this
not a
show.
Biden thing,
It it,
you
it,
know.
it kind of is though, man. I mean, he has softened the policies. He has.
Nah, get the hell out of here, Laura. I'm sorry. No, it all changed when he rolled back. No, 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 no. I completely disagree. I'm not even going to mention Trump anymore because it's crap. Yeah, it's at a record high. March of 2000 was 220. July of 21 is at 200. Is at 200. So what was it higher? March of 00
Frank,
or March of 21? Come on,
Frank,
get the hell out of here.
Frank.
Sorry.
It's no secret. It's no secret that south of the border has gotten word of Biden's softer stance on border patrolling. And as a result, the numbers have been higher consistently. You're highlighting examples of peaks in the past, and that's fine, but they're exactly that, peaks. What we're dealing with now, and you know what? We can touch this subject again in 2 or 3 months to see if the numbers go down significantly or not, but they've been higher on a consistent level because they know that his policies are not as stringent as other presidents in the past. That's a truth. There's no denying that. So,
No, I'm not denying that.
and then again,
But
to make matters
don't
worse,
sit here and
right,
come at me. Don't sit here and come at me. And not you, Laura. Okay, come at me with, oh, these are the numbers. You know, and either way, guys, we're gonna take a quick break. A second. We have oh, gosh, what can I tell you, guys? Your finances. You want to
Let's
get
say goodbye to all your worries about tax planning, investment troubles, and any confusion when it comes to managing your finances and money. Here at Rocky Hill Accountants, our team has a combined 35 years of experience and will help you do it right. We're dedicated to your needs and will deliver on a result that is professional and trustworthy. Our firm is large enough to offer a full range of professional services, but small enough to give you the individual attention that you deserve. Our business portfolio includes thousands of prepared tax returns for individuals, families, partnerships, businesses, and more. The team at Rocky Hill Accountants are also thoroughly trained in tax laws and procedures. We have the ability to represent taxpayers before the IRS when they arrive at collections, audits, and appeals. This allows us to offer our accuracy and audit guarantee to tax clients. Please visit our website at rockyhillaccountants.com or give us a call at 860-257-4238 to schedule an appointment.
So before I was cut off,
yeah,
hey,
man,
look, it's a
tell us
live
about
show. It's a
tell us
live
about our
show. It
finances.
happens. Hey, look, if you're having issues with your finance, get a hold of Rocky Hill Accountants. All right, you own a business, they could take care of your taxes. All right, yes, they're up in Connecticut, but you know what? No big deal. Nowadays we do everything online anyway. So you know what? Trust your people with Rocky Hill Accountants, people. So going through that break, Let's see. Liz was saying, "Can we move past this?" And you know what? For the sake of argument, we're just gonna agree to disagree with Laura. Because again,
The
Laura,
peacemaker that she is.
yeah, because Laura is putting it that it's all Biden's fault. It's not all Biden's fault. I'm sorry to say, but then we had Elizabeth saying COVID spiked again because people think that with the vaccine there is no need for mask or social distancing. She's right on that. Okay, then let's see. Liz comes out with, "I don't believe COVID numbers are because of Biden." I completely agree with that. That's Elizabeth's. Sorry, Zach. People are out of control and not taking care of themselves. And Elizabeth agreed with that. And by the way, people, please vote for the name at the end of the show. We're gonna have it. All right. And Loco's in the lead right now. Okay.
Loco, what happened to Bienvenido? I'm rooting for Bienvenido.
Hey, listen. Remember, it's our show. Hey, listen, guys. If you have a topic you want to put on, you want to talk about, you want to, you know what, hit us up. Damn, it's only 2 Bienvenidos compared to 3 Locals.
Where'd these other phantom Loco votes come from? I didn't see that.
Dude, I've been getting text messages.
Oh, all right.
You know,
This is how this sounds like an election night issue again, where phantom votes are coming in.
which no phantom votes came in. Thank you very much.
We're gonna have to check your phone, buddy.
Yeah, that's fine. Damn it. Hey, mother, can you please tell Carlos what my first name is? My legal first name. What is my legal first name, Mom?
I just think
watch my mom put.
No, hey, great.
Hey, there we go. Look at that. Call me daddy. Put El Loco, baby. That's right.
Frank's got phantom profiles going on, typing in El Loco and shit. I've seen this, man. I've seen this kind of this monopoly before.
Damn it. You see, my first name is Frank. It's not Francisco as you thought. Okay.
I just think seeing you as a kid and having your ass getting chewed at, hearing Francisco Bienvenido would have been like classic. But okay, Frank it is.
No, vete pa carajo. Hey, Chris, do me a favor, Chris. Vote for El Loco. Tell your friends, share it, and tell them that they have to vote for El Loco. Okay, you got to vote for El Loco. Frankie's. No, dude, sorry. You make no, Chris. No, Chris. We're trying to get a name for this guy back here. All right, you got to vote for El Loco. You got to vote for El Loco. Remember that. That's the name to be. But, guys, like you have anything you want to talk about, put it on.
The show's not over. See, that again, I've seen this kind of fraudulent behavior before.
Well, of course. So, it was funny today, and I'm trying to understand how these jobs are kind of working today, because I got an email at my job asking me if I've been vaccinated.
Right. Okay.
Okay. And I kind of Laura, I could tell you what Carlos' thoughts on Cuomo is. He's a douche. Flat out.
Oh, I'll be quick on that.
Hey, Steve,
he's going through what he's going through.
Go ahead.
I'm glad that he's going through what he's going through. I'm disappointed that it took sexual harassment charges to get to this point, rather than looking at the irresponsible behavior that got, 9,000 people killed in his state because of his stupid decisions. I mean, how does that get bypassed? They're investigating it, and I really hope that does him in even more. But I guess we'll take what we can get when it comes to Cuomo. But to me, it just feels like watching, the news and following the story, it seems that the sexual harassment issues is what's really getting him in trouble. And I'm like, with everything that he did during the first cycle of COVID, are you kidding me? So we'll see. I'm hoping that it gets worse. Yeah. But he made it this far after doing all that, and that I find irritating.
Yeah, I agree with you on that, Carlos. But just to go back to what I was saying is, I was told, yeah, you're exactly right, Steve. We touched on that. I was sent an email today at work, okay, asking me if I've been vaccinated. and if I was to show proof of vaccination,
Okay.
okay, and I don't agree with that. No,
Why?
Steve, I'm because I don't agree with that. It's my right, okay, as an individual, to say I'm vaccinated or I'm not vaccinated.
So I find that interesting, Frank. You feel it's your right to exercise whether you should be able to show proof of vaccination, but you agree with forcing parents to put masks on kids. I
Yes,
mean,
because because hold on, we're talking two different things here.
kind of. We are talking two
Okay,
different things, but we're kind of
because
not.
you know what, we want to protect our youth, number one,
We
from
do.
getting sick.
Right.
Okay,
Right.
so if I gotta wear a mask, okay, if I'm gonna wear a mask, if I need my son to wear a mask, he's gonna wear a mask.
Right.
Now, until he's old enough to make his own decisions and choices, okay, then you know what, he's wearing a mask. Actually, until he's 18 years old, until he's an adult,
Right. But
then
I
he
think
could,
the
because
point I'm
look,
getting at,
my oldest is 23 years old. I I could ask him to wear a mask. I can't tell him, hey, you have to wear a mask. It's his choosing because he's an adult.
right. The point I'm getting at though is that both of these concepts involve the forcing of a mandate or a behavior of some kind. I'm forcing you to tell me whether you've been vaccinated. I'm forcing you to put a mask on your kid. And I get where you're coming from, where they're two different things, but in the grand scale of it, it's the same thing. We're forcing you to do something. And so I find it interesting that you're cool with one and not the other, though I get your explanation as to the differences. So I'm gonna agree with you on this one, but that's because I kind of agree with the same stance on the first topic, which is you shouldn't be forcing people to do a damn thing. I don't buy that. I don't care if it's government or private company. So how are you going to handle this if that's what's going on at your job?
I don't know. Let's see what they do.
Well, okay,
I
so hold
mean,
on. Let me make sure I understand. You got the email. Did you respond, or where are you with that?
mhm, I
You
responded.
did. You told them fuck off.
No, I didn't tell him that. I just, what I answered was, I'm not vaccinated,
Oh,
and I
and
am,
you told them. Wait a minute. Why'd you do that? Like, why not just say you are? I don't understand.
because I want to see the discrimination to see what happens.
Oh, Frank, this is your job. Are you serious?
My job's not going to fire me for that.
Uh,
I'll tell him I made a mistake.
I
But
mean,
you know,
all right, all right. So, what do you have they made some kind of mention that if you're not vaccinated, they're going to force what? Stay home, wear a mask, go get a shot.
no,
You're
Steve, I like my job, by the way.
gonna.
Dude, look, the funny thing is this, okay? And I received a message from a friend of mine
Hmm.
saying that they got a text about, I mean, they got an email about that also. Then I got it in my job. And then I received a text message from another job that I do every now and then about it,
Okay.
to show proof that I'm vaccinated. And that if I'm not vaccinated, then as of September, I can't work at one of the sites. I could work at other sites, but I can't work at that one site. So again, it's, you know, I understand that we need to be vaxxed, and I get it, or we should be vaxxed, okay? But we shouldn't have to force people to get vaccinated.
Hmm.
I'm sorry. It's
It's
everybody's
strange. It's strange hearing you say that when I'm still absorbing your stance on the schools. And I
because
guess
you know what?
that's just my rationale. That's just my rationale.
You
And
know,
I don't agree
right.
with either. I don't agree with either. Like, I don't think you should be forcing kids to do it. Parents who have enough common sense, if go ahead and put a mask on your kid, but not by force. Same thing with what you're saying here with regards to vaccination.
But look, my sister just put it in the comments. My son's school sent the parents a survey to see who was vaccinated. I think this is something that's going like nationwide or Florida wide. It's weird because I'm telling you, you know, it's
It could
it's
be
happened. It
Florida.
happened all day today. I mean, it might be
It could
Florida. I
be
mean,
Florida.
you might get an email later today and saying that.
It could
You
be
know,
Florida because I know DeSantis dropped the hammer on the schools, talking about darking their pay. So schools are going to have to try to find ways to see who's susceptible, who's not vaccinated.
Steve, are you sure it's so you can force people to get back to work? I mean, we could have this debate a little bit. You know, I don't think. I mean, I'm not a business owner, but
Hell,
I
nobody's
think
working now.
that
Have you seen how many now hiring signs there
no,
are
no,
out there?
no. I know that. I know that. And Steve, and look, Steve's a business owner.
Okay,
So I understand his stance. On the whole, oh, we got to force people back to work. But you know what? Though this is the way I see it. If the people wanted to work for you, and you're requiring them to get vaccinated, then they would. Why are you going to force people to get vaccinated to come work for you? Okay, when you could
well,
probably find other people. My
uh,
opinion. I know it's hard. I know it's hard. I'm not saying it's easy. Okay, but I think forcing people to get vaccinated. Yeah, Steve. It is nice to sit home and collect. But I can tell you this, and well, I can't tell you this because I don't know. But I don't think people are collecting the same amount of money they were collecting a year ago.
dude, those now hiring signs out there, people are collecting plenty. I mean, let's be real, Frank. There were plenty of jobs prior to COVID. Unemployment numbers were low. COVID hit,
Mm-hmm.
we had to stay home, jobs shut down, whatever the case may be. I keep hearing about this awesome economic recovery, and of course they like to slap what's his name's name on it. But the bottom line is, all these jobs had been opening up and coming back, and yet now hiring signs are all over the place because people are sitting home and collecting. That's pretty true. And so if you're going to force, as far as forcing vaccinations, I think businesses right now have quite a few challenges, and one of them is actually finding people to work. So I don't know, but I get again, my
Well, you see,
stance on
look,
forcing vaccinations is different. I missed it.
yeah, forcing vaccination is different. This is something going into your body. What she's comparing is forcing people to wear masks,
Oh, okay, all
okay,
right.
compared to forcing people to vaccinate. Okay, I completely disagree with forcing people to get vaccinated because you know what? It is everybody's choice and
Yeah.
prerogative, okay, to get vaxxed. You know,
I agree with that though. Don't get me wrong. Remember, I'm the type where me when it comes to forcing anyone to do anything, I don't dig it.
no, I don't either.
I'm not a
Hey,
fan of that at all.
so hey, Steve, real quick, we need a vote here, and I kind of know where he's gonna go for this. You
Steve,
see in the
pick
bottom line,
something
right?
completely off the wall, man.
Look,
Like throw
there's a.
Poindexter out there.
We're trying to name this guy. No, no, okay. We have three. We have three topics. Okay.
Oh,
So
Moses.
the Steve, the three names we have to name this guy is Bienvenido, Halitosis, and El Loco. I know Steve is going to vote for El Loco. Write down what name you want people. What's the name you want him to be? I know Steve's going to vote for El Loco. Watch. Let's see. Elizabeth Garcia. What is she saying? And forcing people to disclose whether they have been vaccinated is not comparable to requiring masks in certain places.
That's fine. That's her. That's
Hot.
her
Oh, I
opinion.
like this one. Hot Sugar Mama. Look at that. Hot Sugar Mama voted El Loco. So we have Call Me Daddy, and we have Hot Sugar Mama voting for
How
El
is
Loco.
this a fair election when Frank is
I
calling
voted for El
people
Loco.
But you've been telling everybody to vote
Hey,
for a
Steve,
local.
you're an asshole. I love you too,
This is what
Steve. Thanks.
this is a terrible democracy. This is what happens when Frank is a dictator. Vote for.
Vote for a local. Don't you know that a local is going to win regardless?
No flashbacks.
So let's see. My mother comes out. This is a country that I
Only
lost
about
it. Sorry.
lovers, no common
Only
sense. If we know that the mask will protect us, then we should all wear masks. I agree with that, but I still think it should be a choice. So I'm not disagreeing with not. I'm not saying not wear a mask. I hope people aren't understanding that. My daughter wears it. I choose not to because I got fully vaccinated. That's my stance on the matter. But
so. Let me ask you a question.
yeah,
What happens if your place of employment says you have to wear a mask?
well then I don't have a choice. I mean, I'm not going to sit there and be a staunch ass about it, but I don't agree with it. I mean, Frank, I'm bigger than that. Don't get me wrong. Just because I disagree with something doesn't mean I'm going to be all gung ho and start holding signs in front of the buildings and be like, hell no, no mask. I'm not.
Just just put that sign on your car.
Screw your masks and screw you. I'm not going to do that. But I'll be honest with you, I won't agree with it and I won't like it one bit. Like, my goal was to get that stupid thing off my face, and the minute I punched my arm twice, I said I was done with it. That's me.
Guess not.
Uh, But my daughter, on the other hand, she's not old enough to get the vaccine, so we send her to school with a mask. And
So let me ask you this. And let's see. And if you get it, maybe you have no symptoms, but you still spread it. Yes,
that's like
definitely.
any virus. That's like any virus. I
Right.
mean, if we're honestly sitting here thinking that the mask is just going to stop
No,
everything, then
no. I don't think it's a thing of where it's gonna stop everything, but I do think it's more of a savior. You know, Carlos, you're gonna shave.
one day I need to
I don't
shave.
know. Yeah, I guess. I'm not sure where that comment came out of, but it's all good. You know.
Salt and pepper it becomes evident after a while. There's
Yeah,
nothing we
tell me
can do.
about it.
I got like a massive 5 o'clock
That's why
shadow.
I'm hiding. That's why I'm hiding right
Yeah, you
behind
got
my
that big
mic.
old mic in your mouth, and you're like, "Rrr."
Yeah, definitely. You can't see my complete grays. Doesn't make me look
To
that
be
old.
fair, I went to my barber yesterday to try to, have it all night, have a nice fade, but he's out till next week. So, and you know how it is with barbers, you don't just hop around and go to any one of them. The guy that's near my house does the best fades, and I ain't going anywhere else. So I'll wait.
Yeah, for
I'll
sure,
wait.
for sure. Zach, you read my mind. You read my mind, Zach. I got Zach in the private comments. Hey guys, listen up. Let's see. We got a show next Wednesday. We have a show on Friday. After that, we're gonna take about a 3 week break, more or less. We got everything going on. We got schools starting up, so we're probably gonna take a little break. We're gonna regroup. We're gonna come back stronger than ever. And one thing that I do gotta say is thank you to everybody for the support. Thank you for everybody for sharing this show. Thank you for sharing it with your friends. Thank you for sharing it with your frenemies.
The
Thank you for
funny.
sharing it with your enemies, with your brother, with your sister. Shit. Look at that. Oh God, I don't even want to know who that is, but
At
that's
least he
another
keeps
one
the
for El
faith.
Loco. Hey, look, the El Loco's winning. Yes, you know it's a tight
Ah,
race between El Loco and Bienvenido.
there's
I
nothing
think we need
local
two
about
more.
it. It just sits
We
there.
need we
I'm
need
just
two
saying.
more El Locos. Where are the people? Come on, we need two more El Locos, and El Loco wins.
Why do we need two more? What's the count?
Come back for California recall discussion. Oh my goodness!
Hmm.
Listen, I'm done talking Trump. I'm done talking
Wait a
that
minute. That's
election.
got nothing to do with Trump.
Okay. Again, I have no idea what it is. To be honest with
It's.
you,
I'll just give it to you.
I haven't even looked at it.
Yeah,
You
just
know,
I'll give it to you quick, Frank. The governor in California, for all his lunacy with COVID and his lockdowns and his mandates, it appears that there were enough signatures to recall him. Basically, it's almost like having a revote.
Well, you know
And
what?
so
We'll
that,
talk about it. We could talk about that
yeah,
on
we'll talk
Friday.
about it
We'll
on
talk
the
about it
next
next
show.
Friday.
By then,
Let's put
we'll
it on
know
the
more
sheet.
about it.
And I mean, I haven't really seen nothing about it. But hey,
Yeah,
look,
okay.
remember, guys, we are on Facebook, YouTube, and Twitch under Speaking It Real podcast. You're gonna find us. Hit us a like, share us on those platforms. Let's get. Hey, we'll put that on in a minute, Zach. Let's get this show kicking off right. Okay, we're also on Facebook, YouTube, and Twitch for Clovercrest Media. Let's give them a like. Let's give them a share. All right, let's take care of this, guys. Carlos, you have any final words?
This was fun. Honestly, like we had no spreadsheet this time. We didn't have topics. I kind of really enjoyed this one today. I'm not gonna lie to you. This was cool. I mean, outside of the technical difficulties with me on the phone again, I thought I had a backup here with my mom's laptop, and that shit was slower than hell.
Yes, it
And so,
was.
sorry. So
Hey,
I guess
look.
I have to invest.
Yeah, definitely. Look, this is simple, guys. We got 2 shows left before we take a break, right? Give us your topics. Give us whatever you want to listen to.
That
All
means you,
right.
Laura.
No, you know what? Look, Steve, Liz, these nuts. Um, hey, that's someone that's commenting.
That's great.
So, Hot Sugar Mama, Elizabeth, my mother, whatever you guys have on your mind and you guys want to talk about, hey, we're going to give you guys not the floor, but we're going to give you guys the comments and we're going to talk about what you guys want. Let's do it. Hey,
Ooh,
right before our break.
Afghanistan. That's another one that's hot right now.
Yeah, it is.
That kind of just blew up today. But yeah,
Yeah. So, make sure that it's stuff that's already gone on. If you want, who is that? Sounds like my kid. I'm going to check him now.
oh my god!
That would sound like your kid.
Right now he's
You know
shutting
what?
down
You
the
know what? Hey,
computer.
I got a question. I got a new name for that guy.
What guy?
Why
Oh,
not Tigger? I like him as Tigger. I'll paint him
okay.
orange. I'll paint him orange and black. Let's name him Tigger. What do you guys think about that? That's the final name. I guess not.
Well, wait a minute. You just manipulated an entire election, and now you want to throw in Tigger? Like, seriously?
You see, hey, Laura likes it as Tigger.
I don't
You
mind
know?
it. I'm just saying, you held a vote. You're going to kind of look, hey, what were we told after January? We held a vote. We got to deal with it. Same deal. So do you, dude.
Why
So do
not?
you.
Well, guys, listen up. Thank you. Make sure you like us, share us. All right. Hey, Leo. Yeah, we're not.
So Bienvenido won.
Bienvenido wins.
I wasn't watching. I couldn't see it. So there it is, man. Bienvenido.
Bienvenido wins.
Like I said,
So,
that's kind of cool
so
for me.
what's gonna happen is I'm gonna change Liz Questa. Go Dolphins. Have a great weekend off. Thank you, Liz.
Hey, that's right. Preseason
Even
begins.
Martha. Yes. We didn't even touch up on football. Look at that. We had such a good time.
It's such a good
But
time. Yeah. Well, we'll talk next week. I know I got a lot to look at this preseason. I normally don't care about them, but now that I have a new quarterback situation in New Orleans,
yes,
yeah,
sir.
I gotta watch.
Definitely.
So we'll see.
So hey, you might not agree with what we're speaking, or you might agree with what we're speaking. But you know what? Carlos, Frank, always are speaking it real. See you Wednesday.
Good night.
Hi, my name is Zach LaPlante. Have you ever imagined about starting your own podcast or radio show to voice your opinions and share your passions with others? You think to yourself, how would I even start something like that? I don't have any equipment or any experience whatsoever. Well, look no further. The folks at Clovercrest Media got you covered.
Clovercrest Media Group is home to over 30 individual podcasts.
like Divide We Stand, I'll Piss You Off Shortly, Speaking It Real, and so much more. At Clovercrest, our sound engineers only believe in the best sounding audio quality, and their expertise will make your podcast sound professional and pleasing to your viewers. As a media group, we are obliged to every type of media available, including, but not limited to, video, audio, photography, and digital media marketing, as well as live streaming, and so much more. As we say here at CMG, the harder we work, the luckier we'll get. To jumpstart your podcast or program, go to clovercrestmedia.com and get to recording today.